Already. Hello everyone. Alex Kolosko is here and Artem Pisarevsky is coming soon. We are here to review your submissions for Pro Club workshop number 79. Is it correct? Yes, 79. We have Artem, like I said, coming a little bit later because of fancy stuff as not with coronavirus, with daylight savings. Finland doesn't save daylight, and here in US we do save it. And the switch caused a little bit of shift in time zones between us. Anyway, I'm here to review. Artem will join a little bit later and review his part. Basically, he'll go through all this. Okay. Anyway, hello. It was almost an hour. It was actually 30 minutes earlier. Okay. I'm so dark. That's fine. Okay, we'll have some darkness. I hope you guys doing all fine, and all your friends, family members, and those people around you staying healthy. It's just craziness. I mean, the crazy time. I guess it's not coronavirus is that bad, but the panic and everything is just. It will. I think the consequences will be way harder because of Facebook and all that stuff. But this is the reality of our world. Anyway, jumping to the point. Let me share my screen and we'll be good to go. I really want to talk about all this. Tomorrow we'll have a Friday talk. But no, I don't want to talk about coronavirus. I really want to talk about okay. All this. Tomorrow we'll have Friday talk. Here it is. I will use. Okay. What about? Here it is. I will use. What about? What about this? So we'll reserve a room for Tom. Okay. What about this? Once he'll get back home, he'll join us. So we do have how much? Let me refresh it once more. 7 submissions. Back home. Yes. And guys, this is amazing what you did. I mean, I've seen submissions, and when we are doing this, I was thinking, hey, nobody will do all this preparation, this stuff. And you did actually better than me. It's just amazing. So I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you. Let's start. Let's do this. And you did actually better than me. Okay. You see, Artem is coming. So I'll be talking. Artem will be talking his part. Svetlana, hello, Svetlana. Let me see your light and stuff. I'll be talking. Oh, very nice. Well, very clean. I love this clean studio. I never managed to have. And this is the final setup. And that's fun. Nobody did as bad as I did, with all these wires and all this craziness. That's fun. Now I'm thinking, why I did this in the beginning? Why didn't put it onto different like little boxes underneath? Anyway, Svetlana. Nice. Very nice. Let's see. Oh, this is my. I was kind of thinking that it was dead. Anyway. Sorry. It was just dirty. Monitor. So. I love the composition. Really, I like it. I like it a lot. So red, black, white, I love the glossy, and all these 3 colors all plays really nice together. It has lots of natural reflections, as I can see. Reflections such as, let me grab it. It has lots of natural reflections, as I can see. Reflections like I can see. 1 second, let me grab some glue. Over here, right? The on the glossy part. Then some reflection over here. Minor thing, but I don't think it's a problem. In general, I like it. Okay. Minor thing, but I don't think it's a problem. In general, colleagues remind me that we have 1 second. Yes, I'm on it. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, it's super cool when I know team members watch you closely and like. Okay, so reflections are good. You may have, Svetlana, you may have a little bit of more cleanup, but I don't think it's an issue here. You know, things like why it's much like this. Little thing that could be potentially, you know, polished a little bit more. But again, I don't think it's a problem here. Same here, for example. You see this line? Talking about this. It's a little bit more about post-production. It could have, you know, just a little bit more polished in Photoshop. Okay? Because it has some little stuff there. Oh, really? Double sound? Maybe like this? Is it double? Oh, it's a different mic. Oh, I see. Okay, what about now? Should be better. Thank you, Philip. It was at the beginning, but the good thing that we got a correct mic because I have you. They look the same, yeah, yes, much better. Thank you, Philip. So let's get back to, well, I can't hear myself that much. Hopefully it won't be doubling. And get back to this. What else, Svetlana? I see some little strange, it's like shadows. See this one, like there is some shadow, right? And the gap, and here again, it's maybe okay. Oh, it's just everything is real, right? Okay, so never mind. I think it's fine. It has just some spots, but probably it gives that natural look. So in reality, Svetlana, it's not much I can critique here. Maybe Artyom will add, but from a lighting standpoint, all looks cool. Yes, for example, I would love to see a little bit more reflection here, you know, some bright reflection, some specular one, or like on this one, right? The glossy surface, they are kind of semi-spherical, I mean the curved. It's cool to have at least something like this, okay? But it's not super perfect because it's a little bit soft. There is no sharp cutoff line, but it still looks okay because, well, it's not that much. It doesn't give us the matte look. It doesn't give. So it looks good. But ideally, I would love to see a little bit more of reflexes on this. And, you know, with the way that you shoot it, you have plenty room for this, right? You have opened the caps for cases, open these things, and they reflect at the back of your studio. They are curved, meaning that you can probably put some diffuser back then, on opposite side of your camera, and have a spot, just a spot somewhere behind the diffuser. You have room for this, and get sharp cutoff line. It may be via strip box, basically spot from strip box, or you can have a spot and then just add flag, black piece of cardboard, which will kind of cut it and catch that reflection. I mean, cut it on the background, on your diffuser, and then it will be there. Sort of imagine like those reflections that come in through like somewhere like this, you know, like cut in half and then the gradients. This would be just a perfect, I mean, if you would have. But again, without it, it's still super, super good work. Okay, thank you. I moved forward because Artyom will talk about this later when he come back. Just need to make sure that I will catch him once he joins us. Okay, Andres now, and why is it? Oh yeah, that's correct. Order. Andres. Another gem. I mean, it's so nice. It's so clean. The colors. I mean, everything you did, it was wow. And yeah, I read that you said, you know, it's about, about being outside of comfort zone for you. But man, this is good. I know it's individually you shoot it, and this is cool. I'm gonna show our stylist, you know, all this work. Actually, next time I need to bring her for the review. She may add, you know, some completely different perspective to things that we can point to you from, you know, from artistic standpoint. Okay. Guys, Artyom is here, so I'm adding him. It was fast. 1 second, let me call Artyom and I'll add him in a moment. He's not. Oh no, here it is.
All
Here
right.
you are. Hello.
Hello.
Please share your screen and I'll make you visible on the, and then introduce you to everyone. We have such cool people sitting there.
So, I think, yeah, it's right away. So there's my screen.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Yeah. Hello, everyone, and sorry for being late. It's difficult with all the time zone things. I guess it's something to do with daylight saving time.
Right. We changed it. You didn't. How Finland?
We didn't change it, and that's why everything appears 1 hour earlier now here in Finland compared to the States. So that's why I was kind of a little bit late, but we still have time, so everything is all right.
Okay, 1 second, guys. Adjusting. A few more things to bring Artyom back to the view. Here we go. Okay, so welcome to Artyom Pisarevsky, our post-production instructor, our post-production guru. And Artyom, I did only 1.5 image. So let's continue on this and then you'll jump back. There is only one image that you need to review after me, okay? From
Sure.
Svetlana. So you see what I'm doing, right? It's Andres image right now.
I'll find it. Just go ahead and continue where it left off.
And what I was talking, well, first it was lots of compliments. It looks really cool. I mean, I like it more than we did. I mean, this is maybe, I don't know. No, it's not embarrassing. It's actually, I'm proud of this. Of such feeling, really, Andres. It's super cool. From photography standpoint, I don't see any issue, really. I mean, I think what you did really good. From like a compositional and artistic view, I like it. Again, this is super subjective. So what I have a feeling that I want to move that the half of the circle that is on the bottom, the gray one, a little bit lower. Maybe like to be on second, third of the mascara box, you know, the square one, lower. Maybe, I have no idea, but this is just a feeling. Of course, it needs to be tested, and it's highly subjective. The rest, I don't know. I think it's really, really, really good. it's clean and nice. I love the reflections on the glossy material, shadows, everything, really. Artyom, do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have any?
I think I saw this image already a while back when I was looking through the submissions, and
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's very good. Yeah, the I'm mostly impressed about the kind of how clean the background is, as we when we did our image, we did have to continue the background. It was really kind of
Mhm.
a difficult process, but if anyone went through the part where I did that, it's actually kind of good educational material. But uh, from this image, I can't really say much. The only things which kind of stand out to me are these couple lines over here. So this one and this one. I'm not sure if I would keep them there. Everything else is kind of like really clean. So those couple things I think could could go could go. It's also a very small detail, but yeah,
Okay.
I don't think they add anything to the image, so I would just get rid of them. But otherwise, yeah, it's a really well done image. I mean, I can't really say anything. Yeah, it's super cool. Also, like small dent over here, like
Mhm.
this
Well,
part.
a little
So I
detail,
would
that's right.
maybe try to straighten it. Yeah, that's. I think the colors are great. I think the arrangement is cool. I like how in this image it kind of works that it's not centered. I think it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely fine to have it off center. Yeah, great image. I think it's very well done.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you. You see, Andreas, how hard, you're giving us hard job. There is not much we can
Yeah, there is not
point
much
on.
to
So
point out. Yeah.
great job. Thank you so much. Let's move to next one. It will be from Ostain. Ostain. Not sure how to pronounce it right. I'm terrible at pronouncing anything other than Russian names and few American names, like John. I can say, well, okay. Back to this.
Focus,
Focus, yeah,
Alex.
focus. It's so many distractions. Well, one more great shot. I like everything. There is only one question that I got at the very beginning when I look at this image for first time was colors. The colors palette, it's it's like it's not really screaming. I like the colors, pinkish and this greenish. They kind of on a soft side, and it's cool. The background spot, it's sort of like a pinkish too. Maybe it's fine, but maybe it's a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit kind of miscommunication between colors. Again, it's super subjective. I'm not sure, but maybe like that. From photography standpoint, I don't think that there is much in terms of reflection and all this stuff to be changed. It looks good. The reflections, all this stuff that is usually complicated for many photographers. This guy sitting a little bit not straight. I mean, what kind of straight could be? But I think if it somehow meant, maybe it should be perpendicular. So I was thinking to make it completely, there is a word in English, perpendicular. Basically, it's like 90-degree angle to this. So it's exactly like that. Not because it's slightly off. If it would be more off, that's fine. Excuse me. But it's just a little bit, off of that axis, and I would really want to put it back there. Then this thing should be again in parallel. and this is in parallel, well, in perpendicular with this, and in parallel with that. And I think it's fine. That's what you did. So only the central brush could be different. Okay. In terms of lighting, maybe the brush, you know, this the highlight, the reflection on the glossy part, it looks good. It's not bad. But if you would have nice thick black reflection with sharp cutoff line, somewhere like here, you know, the black reflection, somewhere like, you know, here, thicker, it will be really, really cool. The rest is fine, you know, all that, maybe it's not the perfect gradient, it's still fine. But I would really paint in Photoshop this piece to make it black, okay? And that's it. The rest is, well, your artistic vision, and I love everything that you did. Artyom, what do you think?
What do I think? Interesting background choice, because I saw the raw image and there wasn't this kind of red spot in the middle, so I suppose that it's done in post-production. Hopefully I'm not like missing something. I think it was just black background.
We can 1 second. We can check. That was Austin. Well, yeah, I see the black.
Yeah. So I'll assume that it's done in post-production. Interesting choice, and I think the shadows are very well done. If it, like, when I look at the raw image, it's like two completely different images compared to the end shot. So in that case, I think it's very good post-production, because the shapes are very clean, like the edges are nice, and everything is kind of sharp and equally lit and good colors. I'm not sure about the background color choices. The color choice, I think, doesn't kind of complement the green or the pink. I don't know even what I would have gone with. Maybe I would have left the red out of the background color, as then the blue could have been a little bit kind of easier for this image, when there isn't two colors in the background but just one to complement the other. So yeah, I think compared to the raw image, really good post-production. The only thing which I noticed is like this area. This I would have smoothened these lines a little bit more. And I think that's it. From like low resolution point, I can't really tell what's going on the inside of these. It looks like there is some like white inset in each color, but yeah, I'll just put that to that low resolution as being the reason. And was, Alex, this what you were talking about, like perpendicular to?
No, it was a little bit different. Actually the brush. I was talking about the central brush to be perpendicular with this case. Yeah, a little bit rotation. Yeah, so it's like
just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Like I would probably also rotate this one as well. Like then everything would be kind of in line.
Yeah. That was the idea. Huh?
But that's a minor thing. I wouldn't have noticed if you weren't talking about it. Kind of like there are so many shapes. The interesting shape in the middle. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I think the post-production here is also quite good. I don't know what could have been done to this case. I think it's kind of missing a highlight. So maybe could have painted just a like really quick gradient over here.
Yeah, it could be. Light. You see on the corner. Check it out on that case. That corner. That the white. It has a little bit white reflection, kind of on the right top, well, not right bottom corner actually. So ideally it should be something like a gradient instead. Yeah, like, okay, so you're doing something, yeah. No, do it from the corner, from that lower, not, yeah, from the right, the most right corner, yeah, like that.
So like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, somewhere, yeah, because it's already
yeah,
there.
I don't know. I think it's kind of nice, but it's also nice without it. But I think yeah, a little bit of light it kind of helps it not being flat.
Right.
It kind of changes up everything.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of highlight could have been good.
Cool thing.
Yeah, that's my comments on this.
Oh man, this Photoshop drives me crazy. I mean, the Artem with his skill. It's like you do all this stuff, you know, with the diffuser, you can apply, and then he just draw it over, and oh, you know, there is a gradient. It's like, what? Why you need the camera?
Always same thing. Yeah, why you need the camera?
Why need the camera? It's just the phone, and you know, then good skill in Photoshop. Yeah, but you need to do the maximum. Thank you, Artem. It's great. Okay, and thank you, Austin. Next one.
Okay, so this one is actually done the exactly same way as you did. So with the wires.
You know, I think I did. Yeah, this one should be from Finn, right? This is the correct one.
Katie.
We need to go K. Okay, because I was for some reason. Okay, anyway, let's go with Katie. This one, right? The same shape, the same everything. It was done with the wires. Oh, I feel sorry. I get, but well, it's a good exercise, I guess. Let's talk. Let's see. You know, it looks very similar, but Katie, good work, you know, and tons of efforts. But it's really not unusual. It's probably it's completely fine because you did it. But for me, the way that, you know, colors, and especially the different pieces that you selected to put together, this is really questionable. Because remember, I was talking that we went to the store and we bought like same line, same brand. You got, looks like, maybe I'm wrong, but looks like it's just you know, random items, different brands, different colors. It doesn't really come together, which is fine for learning, fine for all this practice. But this won't be good for your portfolio, unfortunately. Which is sad because image is good. Just because it will tell experienced buyer or viewer, you know, or potential buyer, that you really, you know, have no idea of, you know, putting serious. Well, no, it's not about serious, but it shouldn't be random stuff this way. Random stuff might be on a different image, maybe, you know, something that will kind of emphasize that randomness. Here it should be the set. So this is the main issue that I can see here in composition. They are really different. This white box, I mean, then black, so you see what I mean. From photography standpoint, there is a way to improve as well. You know, I can talk a lot about this, but mostly it's about gradients, okay? The gradients could be better, talking about things like here, right? The gradient could be better. Plus, in Photoshop, you can fix all the zebra. This is what I call zebra when you have several lines, black, white, close to each other. There is no reason for this. We can always have just one thicker line, let's say black line, and then the gradient, okay? This reflection looks okay, not a problem. This looks look okay. Kind of. This is just because it's just a bad example of you know, the mascara box. Doesn't have much reflection. It's just white. I don't think it belongs here. So that's okay to shoot it this way. But ideally, it should be something different with the gradient as well. Okay. Artem will talk about cleanness. Probably there are tons of things that can be done in Photoshop. The last thing that I want to tell is colors of the background and the texture actually. We used glitter, right? We used glitterish type of paper. It worked for us. It was not that much, bright, at least in our case. For you, it's really bright, just, really bright. Then it's like, I think it's a little bit too busy because of this. Plus, you have completely non-glitterish, the middle part, the main basically part, which doesn't play well with such like shyness of this. So it either should be all of them non-glitterish or all of them are glitterish, but in this case it will be probably even worse when it's we may start losing the subjects on it. Okay, so there are a few pieces. It's very good. It's like there is, well, how is it? It's not even like efforts. You did actually really good with what we have. The beginning, the ingredients. Okay, the ingredients could be better. It's like making a borscht soup, whatever. You need to put good ingredients at the beginning because you can be a great chef, but if you start with something that doesn't really play well together, it's hard to get nice soup after that. I mean, even with all the experience. Same here. The ingredients could be better. Okay. How in Russian we have this, что положишь, то достанешь, in terms of oven. Whatever you put in, the same quality you'll get out. It's about oven, baking anything. So, okay, I'm done. Artem, your turn.
Da. Da. All right. So, yeah, good points. The background is definitely a bit too bright. Also, like this part gets quite overexposed. So if we get our histogram, there is quite a harsh spike over there. And let's see. So post-production. How could we improve this image with just post-production? So I could have liquefied a little bit of this brush. Right away it could have looked a little bit better if it was kind of a little bit more perfect. Over here, I think, yeah, just like slight straightening would be also cool. It is quite straight, to be honest, but just a little bit. For example, over here, it's the small things that matter. So again, over here we have like a really tight gap for it to be straight. So just straightening that, it's going to make a big difference. So Liquify is a really good tool for that. I really suggest trying to use that for straightening things. About gradients, again, I think like they can be also kind of added in post-production. You can at least try to a little bit kind of make your product more three-dimensional when you add a little bit of a highlight. It's really easy. Just make a curve on the object, just make it bright and draw a gradient from where you don't want the light to be. And this gradient is really good. I would straighten also this thing a little bit to the left, like kind of rotate it a little bit to the left. And there could be a way to try and kind of ease out the brightness, but I'm not sure to what extent, because it is quite bright. So it needs to be done in raw processing, so for it to be kind of easier, the light. And other thing which I noticed is that we have these kind of blurry lines everywhere. I agree that glitter is kind of difficult thing to do this in, because you easily get these kind of weird spots where you have kind of blurred out texture. So for example, if we look at our image, we also have a little bit of that in some places, but it's really difficult to avoid because yeah, glittery paper is that kind of thing where it's really easy to mess it up. So over here, same thing. Um, the only advice I can give is if you use the soft brush, don't use a soft brush for cloning out the wires because that soft edge is going to create this kind of mushy effect. So yeah, those are my comments. I think the composition is nice, and you can't really do much to it in Photoshop. Just make sure that um, yeah, you can try. You can even straighten this out. I noticed that this wasn't straight. You can even like cut this out, then just like create a white, kind of replace it with an empty slot, and then just place it and draw some shadows beneath. It's kind of it's not easy, but it can be done. So I'm just telling what can be done in terms of technical things. So yeah, yes,
Cool.
really good image. I think it's definitely a lot of work, and I bet you learned a lot on this workshop.
Thank you, Artyom. Great feedback. Thank you, Katy. I think maybe not first time, but
I think she is first
maybe
time.
she is. Yeah. So I don't
haven't
remember.
seen her
Haven't
before.
seen. So at least she first time participated in the workshop. So welcome. It's a great entry to this world of Photigy workshops, whatever you call it.
It's an interesting world.
Yeah. Okay.
So Finn next.
Yeah, Finn next. Yeah, this. Okay, so Finn tried to do this. He did his best on putting on the wires. Great job, but then eventually he did it separately. He said that without luck, I did a composite, which is completely great. I mean, either way works. Again, it all depends of your abilities, what you have fun with, and especially the most from the end result. If it's good, then it doesn't matter how you get it. Okay, and here we go. Nice and clean. Exactly, well, the same layout, which is completely fine. Colors are different and different set of cosmetics. So, Finn, in terms of photography, I see that it's done really, really well. I mean, all is polished, beautiful reflection, little bit maybe sharp cut of line somewhere needed on the central brush. Okay, we have two smooth gradients all the time. Talking about where we have this black and bright lines, so at least somewhere we need to have sharp cut of line. It's sort of, well, this is what I can call mistake if you don't have it at all, because it's glossy metal as far as you can see. Okay, but the rest looks good. But the colors is the biggest question here. It may be okay, maybe not, but I think if, looking like this, again, it's completely subjective. This is something that comes from feeling, not from my knowledge. Like, I didn't really study, the theory of colors, all this. Some of them really off. For example, this blue, the dark, or it's not blue, it's how I call the, like a violet or, whatever, dark lavender. I think it's completely doesn't belong here. I mean, it's like, because we have yellow, we have pink, we have white, and we have black. And if without yellow, maybe it will work. But do we have yellow, which somehow throws off completely this bluish? I don't know, Artyom, what do you think? Is it like me only, or
or what are you talking about?
No, colors. Like in general, I'm talking about this blue, not blue, the pink, violet. Oh no, sorry, not pink.
I understand.
Dark violet color. Those have half circles that is completely kind of outside of this just because of the color.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel the same, yeah. So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is what
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how, for example, gold work with pink. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. But again, it's up to you. It's your learning. But there is a theory. There is definitely, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have kind of really knowledge except my feelings about it. So um, it's not enough for me to teach, but at least I can tell that there is something wrong. Okay. The rest is good. All clean, all nice. I think, yeah, Artyom, what do you think about this? What else could be improved here? Well, we really need Lena here, the stylist. She draw. I mean, she's a real artist. It's not about style, and she creates some beautiful pictures. So she can talk a lot about this. Okay. Oh, that was something good. You see what he's doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But at least the grayish looks better than that violet type of thing.
Yeah, but the thing is that like the color is so dark that it's kind of difficult to pull off something. But with a little bit of like adjusting, it might be possible to kind of maybe change the color to something completely different. But in this scenario, like the JPEG is so bad that I can't really do much. But I would go towards something more like this color. It's a little bit more kind of here it just looks like another shade of black right now. But if you add a little bit of color, then suddenly it becomes like more modern look. So I didn't actually notice that you already switched to my screen, but
Yeah, I did, yeah.
one thing which I also noticed is like that thing. I don't know why, but this one spot on the left is. I know it's a small thing, but it's quite a huge spot compared to everything else. When you like squint your eyes, you can see it still. So I would get rid of that. Then I would do some straightening over here and over there as well. And I would do some little color adjustment over here because right now, like, this is one yellow, this is another, this is also like this one has a little bit more red, this has a little bit more cyan. So I would do a little bit of color correction. And one thing which I would do, Alex, tell me what is the last thing what we're missing?
Shadow.
What we are missing? What we are missing?
Like talking about this, the central one, you kind of selected it already. Maybe like a shadow from it because it's actually look like it's floating. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Once you pointed, it's like, oh, what is going on?
Yeah. So I would definitely go ahead and
nice.
like, draw shadows. It took I did this while Alex was talking, so it takes literally like for me it takes a couple minutes, but for you maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not really difficult. Just paint black and mask out the brush. The brush is probably already masked out, so it's just painting below the brush. Quite easy, and it brings the image right away to like completely new level. It's the shadows are quite important. It's straight difference.
Nice. Wow.
So yeah, that's.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
I think that's one thing over here right now. Again, this image is like this part is quite flat. So now we do the opposite. Now when we have a lot of highlight, we could create a curve and kind of bring it back and then just raise this top part so we get that kind of nice highlight. And it kind of like right away it adds sense of direction for the light, and it makes the object look much more interesting. And same over here, like you take a circle, it's not perfect, I know, but take a circle, then you make a highlight, maybe even from the blacks a little bit, and then you just erase the part where you don't want the light. So like a couple different things, and straight away brings it to life. You need to have the light direction established, because otherwise the image is looking like very flat. One more example on this as well, like how you can a little bit add the lights. So if we take the shadows and lights, there you go. So that's a huge difference already.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
there you go.
gradients are, well, this is the most important. By the way, I just noticed the circle, this on the left side, and the circle inside of it, you know, it's a little bit misaligned. We have like, it's somehow that kind of
Yeah.
moon, and it's slightly, so I would try to, you know, position it a little bit better. Or it's by diameter, you know, it's slightly, well, actually, no, it doesn't matter diameter. You just need to stick it inside a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so just stuff like this little one. Thank you, Artem. Great as usual. Oh, those gradients. Makes huge difference. Okay. So, Finn,
And it's
thank you.
actually like it's a really good image. So
Yeah,
like adding
it's
some
really good, yeah.
little things makes it even better.
Yep. Now
So next we have
Lydia.
Lydia, yeah.
Hello, Lydia.
Is Lydia online?
Plan to regift the props. Regift the props. What do you mean? What does she mean? Cool. The props looks like it's how I call it, the sponge, right? Type of thing, or at least it looks like. Let me grab my pencil. Cool colors, love it, and the texture is so nice. Okay. So we have this, and Lydia, the very first thing that jumped to my eyes, actually two, yeah, second is just came. So first is this little bump that you have inside the circle. I mean, it's unevenness, that the way that you cut it, and it all happens, but it just, you know, it screams sitting there. So please, either Photoshop or real life, you know, things like this shouldn't go through your, you know, like guardian, you know, internal guardian that just said like, oh no, it should be, you know, before I can release it to the world, it should be cleaned. Stuff like this, no, really, because it's just simple little things that make a bad impression on a really good image. I mean, I love the colors. I love the when it's like lots of shadows, and you know, they kind of diving into the darkness, especially on top. It's really cool. Actually, there is not much glossy stuff here, which is kind of interesting. Now talking about glossiness, we have a few glossy things. We have this, which is glossy, right? The lipstick. We have this piece, at least the internal glossy. This glossy, well, all this actually glossy, but not all of them you did feature the glossiness. Okay, so lipstick is good, no questions. It might be, it looked for me a little bit dark, you know, the tips, but who knows, maybe it is. That's fine. It's not about color production or lipstick, even though it's better to be correct. This guy, okay, this brush, it's glossy, it's definitely glossy, but we don't see that much. We have a little bit. What is going on? We have a little bit of that glossiness. There is some reflection, but it's definitely, it screams, make a gradient on me. Let me check how you should it. Do you have a lighting setup? Why you didn't
Which
do
one? Which one you're talking about?
about black brush, for example? It's not only, but
yeah.
so you do have room on top, right? You do have room around the camera, but because you made vertical diffusers, and actually no, there is a diffuser on top. Okay, now I see, but it's not square. In any case, what I see, it's really up high, and somehow it didn't do the job. You know, it didn't create that gradient that's supposed to be there. So really, whatever you do, I mean, you know how to do this. You're not first day with us, right? And not first day with the camera. It needs to be nicer, brighter. You know, that's that gradient that will just may look amazing, because now it's lost. It's really lost. It's just like, you know, something darker sitting there. You don't see it much. This is good. This is highlighted. This is not really lost because it's on a yellow, so it kind of pops up. But again, I would add a little bit more in the gradient here, and same on this one. Artyom was showing previously how it's easy to do in Photoshop. You know, you can add some highlights and gradient. This actually looks cool. Maybe a little bit more gradient, maybe not. Again, Artyom will tell. But you know, for me, it's kind of, this is probably the best piece that kind of looks nice. By the way, are they together? This and this, it's revolution. Oh, it's our revolution. So okay, it's just different. Well, it's quite different style. I just wondering how it plays together. But again, on your image, it kind of looks nice because maybe because of that sponge and everything. It's kind of okay to have different one. Okay, I think I'm done. Artyom, do you have anything to say about this? I switched to your screen.
Yeah, I again did some things in advance, so we don't spend too much time because we're running a little bit short. So first thing, I think the image is a little bit too dark, so definitely would add another kind of curve over here. Then I would also add a little bit of those gradients. This is a good image to do those because everything's kind of like top down, so you mostly see flat surfaces, and on flat surfaces it's really easy to add a gradient because yeah, the shapes are quite easy, and then you just like decide, okay, where my light is. So like 1, 2, 3, and I think 4. So those are the lighting changes I would do. Kind of just again establish the light. So right now it would come from kind of upper left. I did that decision based on the shadow of this red circle. So over here we kind of see that this is in this has a shadow over here. So the light would logically come from the left upper corner. I would add a little bit of contrast, kind of that punch over there. And something about, of course, like colors are, again, subjective thing, but something about this, like middle green color, something about it just doesn't work. So I tried to kind of change it towards more blue.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, I think both work, but I would prefer something closer to blue, as we have this blue background, and the green, it's a little bit, it's a cool complementary color with the red, but somehow this green just looks like one of those like kitchen sponges too much. I know they are kitchen sponges probably, or some sort of sponges, but yeah, something like this. And another thing which I also didn't manage to do in time, maybe just like brighten up the lipstick a little bit. It kind of gets lost in the dark. Not that much, so we don't change the color too much, but just a little bit so we can see them better. So these are like the changes which I made.
Nice.
And otherwise, I think it's a nice photo.
Artyom, what about middle? I noticed there is, I think it's 2 pieces of the background, talking about this blue background. No, just middle. There is a horizontal line, looks like coming, right?
Yeah.
I think it should be just Photoshop because I think, well, it's
You're
just
right.
2 pieces, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the same, but I think you fixed it, right? It was when you stick it.
Yeah.
So all this
I was so focused on like gradients and the image being a little bit flat and dark that I didn't even notice it. So yes, good point.
Yeah,
cool. You noticed something that I didn't.
You do the same all the time. Oh, you mean now?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know I do it all the time.
Come on. I still can. I'm old, but I still can do it.
No, it's fine. But yeah, good point. Yeah, that horizontal line, like easy dodge and burn, like really fine dodge and burn. It's it will be gone. So yeah, good. Another good image. Slight adjustments, and it will be even better.
Yep.
So yeah, 7 hours ago, Lydia pushing that deadline.
Yeah, great job. Thank you, Artyom. Thank you, Lydia.
And
Great.
then we have
Last
CGI.
one, and yeah, Janine, CGI. Woohoo! CGI. This is actually really good piece to work on. Oh man, it looks like exactly like, oh, what is going on? Oh, Janine, you get the same. Oh, I see. This is probably from our picture because I see this. Well, I know, but it looks really. Let me read.
So she.
Yeah. There is some.
Aye. All right. Yeah. Now I get it. I get it
Okay,
now.
yeah.
I
So
was like,
reusing
why
workshop.
does this? Yeah. Why
Yeah,
does
I was
this?
like, how is possible to make it that
It's
such the
so
same?
close.
Yeah, so close. Okay, so cool. It's great. So actually, this is a great example of an easy or probably the proper way to use CGI. When you have products, clients coming to you with products, it's sometimes easier to shoot products other than create a model because you have them. The rest stuff that doesn't exist yet, like props, because you need to kind of develop them like we did. Sometimes it may be faster and easier to do it in CGI, basically digitally, and put everything together. Real products and digital props. And let's see. Janine, wow. Well, first of all, it looks really good in like how you call it in realistic, in terms of realism. Very good. I can't really tell that it was generated because of the this glass, this reflexes, then everything plus probably because you use the real photos, partially right. It looks amazingly good. This is what we need to learn, guys. The time that I spent with stylists to build all this. Janine, I know, are you here or not? It is, yeah. The hair is CGI. Okay. How long it took you to build, let's say, the kind of setup? Not to finalize it, but to build all the props without, putting the pictures. How long it took you? It's interesting. 2 hours. Okay, so for me it was with the shopping, with cutting, with making two different, wireframes. It was, well, almost a day. So about 8 hours. VS2. Well, I feel that, I need to, I'll be a student, the first one. I need to learn, this, especially with Cinema 4D. It's not expensive to have it comparing to other tools like 3D Max, and the results are great. Wow! So I have no critique for this, really. I mean, technically, well, hair. I wish I can see it in high resolution, but probably it's all good there. Now it's look a little bit slightly, well, maybe overexposed, but on the other hand, there are white pieces over there and there, so it's fine. Artyom, what do you think? I'm in trouble here. I don't have much to critique.
Yeah, I think the everything looks very good. Definitely like a really cool submission, and the only thing that like I'm thinking about is that whenever you do a project with CGI, I'm going to say first this is an awesome image, and I think that all the props are quite well done. I like the materials. I like how the composition works, etc. But one thing which kind of makes this look so good is the things what were let's say borrowed from our image. Um, I would have wanted to see what you could have pulled off without our images, because it's the most difficult part probably in this image would have been those products. So that's kind of where things go south for me, because if this is CGI, kind of the whole point of CGI is to recreate whatever the product is in 3D so you could manipulate it. So right now, when you've used images, there is no real way even to animate it other than, yeah, I even can't say that you could animate it because you have baked light right now on those products. So I see the point, but in this case it wouldn't work. In this case it wouldn't work, and that's why I would want to see another version of this where you've actually created the product or whatever, and it really isn't too difficult. You could have used the Revolution, kind of the makeup part, as a displacement map and as a texture for the makeup itself. Then you could have built the outer box and kind of then went from there and created the metallic material, etc. Then you could have like borrowed our image as a reference, but you would still have the three-dimensional model and everything else. So yeah, that's my comment. I'm kind of 50-50 on this image because it's the elements on the background are really cool, but then again, the product is kind of missing here because you didn't do anything from scratch.
I see.
So
I see your point.
yeah.
Thank you, Artyom. Well, I wouldn't agree here. I mean, I understand that what you're talking about, and it's definitely will be different and probably more difficult. But you know, I see CGI almost like a Photoshop, let's say, because CGI artists, I think in reality of product photography, commercial photography, photo videography, I would say, he or she always need to work with a photographer. Same as retoucher, right? You can possibly do everything in Photoshop by yourself. If you really will have time, right? You can recreate whatever you want. Same thing, but it's just not doesn't work to do many things because it's easier to shoot. Same here. It's probably not a good idea to kind of do everything in CGI in real world. Of course, for the training, it would be cool to see. So I see your point, but to make money out of this, it's better to shoot some products. And I really like this example because she actually used our stuff. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how it will come up in CGI. But I think it should be not a big deal since it's just a plastic. It's not something that there are some tough to create realistic images. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No.
Okay, so I don't know.
Yeah, no. It depends, of course, if you're going for that super photorealistic look, or if you are looking for that kind of. I think Cinem 4D has this kind of signature look, where you've just it's kind of easy to make this like glossy plastic material. But when you actually look at plastic very close, it's full of bumps and crannies and whatever. So there is no material which is easy to create if you're looking for photorealistic results. So
okay, but anyway, this I love this, and the coolest part, one of the coolest, cool that you can animate it, like Janine said. You can animate it. It can all move. Well, at least most of the parts, maybe not. Mascara won't be kind of rotating, but the rest stuff can be moving. And this is such a deal, for Instagram, for all the promotions, for those short videos, like 15-second videos. I think clients will love it when you have a photo and then you have motion photo, when elements actually interact with each other. Okay, thank you, Artyom. Thank you, Janine. Let me jump to our different layout. Is it just
let me critique quickly the last
Oh yeah,
image.
say yeah, good point. Let's do this. Yeah, so first one from Svetlana.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then we'll wrap up.
Almost
So
forgot.
Svetlana, Let's see your image. Yeah, actually, I was on mobile when I saw Alex critique this, so I'm not completely lost. But I really like the image. First of all, I think it's very good point. Alex, I think talked about that you did this photography part a little bit smarter than maybe we did. That you could just place the things on kind of like those. Not on wires, but on something else. And Photoshop wise, like post production, I don't even, I don't think I see anything that I would go ahead and change. The only things are like the reflections on the on the products over here, and over here. So those reflections are kind of I would get rid of this one. Then I would try to get rid of those black lines to kind of make this a unified gradient over here, and then just continue it over here. It is possible. It's kind of, you have to recreate some of that glossy plastic, but you can do it. And over here, I would also like make these spots a little bit brighter so they don't stick out too much. But otherwise, I think the image is very nice. I don't see really many things which I would get rid of. So maybe these kind of could go. Yeah, really cool image. I don't really see anything else rather than a couple of reflections that need to be fixed. Very cool. Very Instagram friendly image, as it's really close to square. You could just crop it into square and post it. Really nice.
Yep, cool. Thank you, Artyom. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Svetlana. Thank you, everyone. We had a great submissions this time. I really enjoyed a lot. Just amazing how much you guys can do, even on these not an easy type of shots. So we're going to wrap up. One thing that I want to tell is about the course from Artyom. This is something, guys, that you're gonna love. We have first part is ready with some additions. It's gonna be released relatively soon. Basically the introduction and the basics of Photoshop, and it looks awesome. So Artyom, thank you. You're doing great job. It will be first course from Artyom, and like I said, it will be, well, I said previously, 3 parts: beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And well, it will be released gradually, and you can enjoy it really soon. Okay, I think.
Yeah. Good. That was a good promo.
Yeah, thank you. So let me read if we have no questions. All good? Yeah, guys, if you have something to ask, do it now, because, well, actually I need to run very soon. So we are good then. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Workshop is coming. Yeah, stay tuned, and talk to you really soon. Actually, talk to you tomorrow. It will be Friday talk where, well, I'll tell you about future of our talks, all these live events that we're going to do in public now. Be coming back. Okay, so have a good rest of the week. Stay healthy. Stay sane.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yeah,
Stay safe
and sane. Don't panic. Never try to do that everyone is doing, because this is where the most danger, is coming from. Not from things that you're afraid of, but things that when the many people doing, it's just many cases ends bad. So just self-contained. Okay. Bye everyone. Bye. To hitting this little button. Where is it? Can't find it.